So I have with me here an arm, and this arm over here has unfortunately been bitten by a snake, okay? How do we manage that? Let's talk a little bit about how the venom actually works on the human body to start off with. So the venom, when we get bitten by anything in that lethal category, affects what we call our lymphatic system. And a good way to think of our lymphatic system is kind of like our sewage system of the body. So it flushes everything out and tries to clean everything out. Now, when we get bitten by something anywhere on our body, like we said, it kind of attacks that lymphatic system, but it moves around the system to all of our through all of our lymphatic vessels. How is that venom actually moved around? It is when we move around too much. So it's with muscle movement. So the most important thing, if somebody has been bitten by a snake, is to get them on the ground and keep them nice and still. Okay, so you want to minimize any wiggling toes, any moving arms, stop them from running around, get them on the ground and keep them nice and still. So let's say my casualty has been bitten just here, just above his wrist here, okay? What do? I can see two little marks that are there. The first thing we're going to do is get some sort of dressing and some sort of bandage, and we're just going to wrap that around the bite site itself. What that actually does is it's compressing the lymphatic vessels at the bite site, and hopefully that's going to aid in slowing down the movement of the venom, okay? So that's what we're trying to do here. So let's wrap up this person's arm. Now, while I'm doing all that bandaging to the person in a real life setting, I'm saying things like, I'm going to bandage your arm for you, but I want you to relax as much as you can and lie really still for me. I'm going to do all the work for you here. Beautiful. So that is our bandage. The next thing that we need to do is grab a snakebite bandage or any other bandages that you have around, and we're going to put our pressure bandage on this person's limb. Now, if he's been bitten on his arm, I'm going to start at the fingertips and work up all the way into the armpit. If somebody's been bitten on the leg, you're going to start on the toes and work all the way up into the groin. However, this kind of management with this bandage is for limbs only, arms and legs. If somebody's been bitten on their face or their neck or their belly, all we can really do is encourage them to get on the ground and lie as still as possible, okay? Because we can't bandage the face, the neck or the belly, all right? So we've got our bandage here, our snakebite bandage. Let's wrap his arm up. And again, I'm telling him, lie really, really still for me. Starting at the fingertips, I'm covering up the fingers, I'm covering up the thumb, and there's no fancy way of doing this. I'm just spiraling it all the way up my person's arm. And this bandage does need to be firm, okay? I don't want to be able to easily slide my fingers underneath the bandage because we do, like I said, need a little bit of pressure there. So pressure is what I'm thinking of. And I bandaged it all the way up their arm, and when I get to the end of the bandage, I'm tucking it in. We don't need to use clips or anything like that. So now my person's limb has been bandaged. I would be encouraging them, if they haven't done so already, to lie on their back, put both arms by their sides, both legs together, and I would tie their arms to their body and both of their legs together, and that's just to encourage your casualty to lie as still as possible and keep those limbs as still as possible, okay? And that is our snake bite management and our pressure immobilization bandaging technique in a nutshell.